who was actually sick for the last week or so, really proved that he has improved yet. It was extremely talented, extremely good results during the longsword elimination phase. So I can't wait to see that group.
Because in a couple of minutes we'll start the 5 versus 5
So I'm going to be joined very soon by
group
Brendan,
stage
who's going to help me commentating because
tournament.
alone it gets a wee bit long. A wee bit long. So the teams are getting ready.
Of course, Portugal will fight also, ladies and gentlemen. So,
So here I am. I'll be joined by Brendan.
England, Poland,
Brendan Alpin
Portugal,
from Ireland is going to join me
Denmark,
so we can comment
and New
that
Zealand.
section of the fight. 5 versus 5. And,
Oh, how are we all doing?
we're finally back on, so we're quite happy. Um, Brendan, have you seen who's fighting in that pool?
I know we have Portugal in that pool, so we should be getting a big reception from the crowd on that one.
Oh, big time.
And
Also, have you seen, this is, I think, the deepest pool for our talent because we have, literally have Denmark, which is always dangerous to anybody. We have
Definitely.
England.
yeah, and
Which
they're got to be one of the top teams in this.
Oh, yeah, they're one of the top team in the world right now. And we also have Poland.
Again, another top team. They've kind of swept the boards last year.
Big
It
time.
was their home tournament, so you
6 gold
expect
medal.
it.
And we need a new headset.
First fight will be
So we got one of the
Portugal
deepest pool out there
and
ready
Poland.
for war.
Second
And this
fight
should be there should be some great fights in this.
And also, there's New Zealand in that pool, which, I mean, they're no chumps.
They've come a long distance to fight. They're not going to be going easy on anyone.
No, and I had the chance to fight against them last year. They can be very tough. They've improved and trained a lot. And what it showed today with Justin on the longsword tournament, Justin, it was really good.
He did fantastically well. He really got stuck into those fights and made best use of his power. He's not one of the biggest fighters out there, but he's surprisingly strong.
Oh, he is. And the thing is that when he came and told me he's actually been sick for a week. So, long day.
I think Laurent, who is representing Luxembourg in longsword today and won bronze medal in polearm yesterday, was also recovering from a sickness. So I don't know. Maybe you're better off fighting when you're sick.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I won't try it too much. And I'm sure not hugging those guys later on. So right now we're waiting for them we're waiting for them to put the list. What did you think of the longsword competition today?
I thought the field was really good for it. There was it was a very close field. I thought there was only one or two that kind of were maybe below the rest of the standards. The rest of them were all very good fighters. A few standouts then up on top.
I know one thing. I was surprised how Marson got outclassed by Lucas.
That was a bit of a surprise.
But he was. I mean, wow. That was something else.
They have had a rivalry going on for I don't know how many years. And I think normally it seems to be Marcin that comes out on top. So in a way it was great to see Lucas take the gold.
It was really great to see. Also, the Spanish victor was really impressive to me because in the past, Spain was always good fighters. But, I mean, to come up with silver was really amazing. He really put everything he had in that competition this time.
Nobody was holding back. Definitely the medals given out were well earned, I think.
Oh, big time. I can't wait to see the medal ceremony on Sunday. Just to remind you people, Sunday, right before the ceremony, we're going to have our first transcontinental fight.
That is going to be very interesting.
30
really
versus 30. So I get to beat on Brendan. Last time he was fighting on my side. The time before I was fighting him, he busted my thumb.
His hand got in the way of my axe.
Yeah.
But as you can see, we can fight against each other, fight with each other. Everyone seems to always come out friends at the end of it, whatever way it works out.
That's what he believes. He doesn't know I'm going to throw him off the ramp. No, actually. Yeah, that's one of the beautiful thing about our sport is that everybody here, at the end of the day, are great friends.
Yeah, the camaraderie of sure you were talking about earlier, we were talking about it this morning. It can't be overstated enough.
No,
When
no.
people who aren't familiar with the sport, they see people wailing on each other out there in the list, and you go, they must be really angry. What's wrong with these guys? Working out all their aggression, trying to kill each other. No, they're just out there. They're doing their best in their fights, and then they're all friends as soon as the whistle blows. You'll see them shaking hands, hugging each other, helping each other up off the ground. And if one of the fighters goes down injured, you'll normally see it's his opponent that's around him first to make sure he's okay.
Well, last thing we want between each other is to hurt badly your opponent. I want to hurt him just enough so he falls on the ground.
Yeah.
Not injure him. I want him to fight next week. We're not that many fighters for that sport. And by the way, if ever you are interested into that sport, right up to the fight, go to the IMCF page and ask us who you can contact in your own country for it.
If there isn't a team in your country already, you can start one up and we'll help you.
There's not that many countries that don't have one, but probably India.
So anyone out there in India, if you want to start a team, we think you can start it.
I would really like that.
The more teams, the better.
Exactly. All right, Poland is taking the field, and they'll be fighting Portugal in the first round. Ooh, that's a big order for Portugal.
It's gonna be a tough fight. Let's see how the home team do.
The home team got a home team advantage since they got their
crowd
friends
behind
right behind them, and they're gonna fight one, if not the best team in the world right now. They certainly were the best team last year since they won 6 gold medals.
Last year they could pick and choose out of all of their pool of fighters. This year, probably slightly limited by who can travel, but I still don't think they're going to be putting out a weak team.
No, that's for sure. I mean, Polish. No, they don't have that many weak fighters, to be honest.
I haven't met one yet.
I mean, their weak fighter is probably the highest level of some other countries that we have here.
And looks like we're just about ready to go.
And we see
making sure everyone's ready.
already the Polish are in position 2-1 in the center. It's always their way of attacking.
The Portuguese are giving up one flank.
Ooh, Portuguese are in a bundle. That's not good. And they're going after this right side.
And we got a runner from the Portuguese trying to engage. We got 2 Portuguese down.
Ooh, 1 Portuguese down there. 3 down.
Still got 2 up. And it's done.
It is over.
Did anyone sit there and stopwatch for that? That was about 10 seconds maybe?
I'd say 25 to give him a chance. And you
A
can
short
see.
fight, but you can see the skill in their hands in the Polish.
Oh, yeah. The Polish, we were discussing, me and Dale earlier, about how the element holds to the fighters. We have to have a retention mechanism. Could be a strap to your chin, strap to your neck. See, if you see one of the fighter right now, I don't know because we don't have a monitor anymore, but he wears the element attached to his back. So it allows him to just remove it and put it like that. But when it's on its head, it's quite secure. It won't fall.
And that's the last thing you want. We've seen in a few of the fights so far, helmets coming off.
Very limited this year. That's really improved in this sport, where we start to know better and better how to do it.
The more the marshals double check the standard, make sure straps are in place, the less likely it is to happen.
Exactly.
But there is always a risk of a strap snapping.
By the way, trying to remove a piece of equipment off your opponent, especially the helmet, is quite, it can give you a yellow card. So you don't want to try that.
It fits in with all the rest of the ban moves in it. Most of the moves that are banned are because they can result in permanent injury. Pulling a helmet off can kill someone. And we're back into the next round.
Again, the Portuguese give up 1 flank, and he isolated one of the fighters.
Still
Good attack by the
face.
Portuguese,
He's
not
gonna
going
get
anywhere.
hit
In the back,
and down he goes.
head down he goes. Oh, nice
doesn't
kick
look
to the
happy about
stomach on the
that.
left corner. Head.
1 Polish down, and
4-on-1. It's 1-on-1. They lost the second round.
Once you get in there and start hitting, it can be hard to hear that whistle when it blows, or even to see those big yellow poles when they come into
Good
your
thing
vision.
the yellow poles are quite visible. They're made out of steel, by the way.
So if you don't react quick
You
enough,
might
to
get a
stop
slap.
it, you get hit. And the Polish celebrating, trying to get that crowd going. I think they're just enjoying their day.
Well, it's cooler now. Everybody's enjoying their day a bit
Yeah.
better. We're not sweating like yesterday.
I don't know if I prefer the sun or the rain. Probably the sun.
Oh, please don't, no more rain. I'm all wet. I don't want to bring out the chair hat.
And next fight.
That part is that Dale right now is not talking. He's right behind us. He's probably going to run and hide and laugh at our face if we have to wear the chair hat again. We were supposed to get some kind of shelter, and it's not happening right now. So
It'll probably happen by tomorrow when the rain's moved off.
yeah.
We've got Team England moving into the field now.
Ooh, that's going to be interesting. Who are they going to fight? Oh, they're fighting Denmark.
This should be a great fight.
Oh, this will be. Now we're going to see something really interesting. Two really good and experienced team fighting. We don't get those that often.
And if you've any comments to make on this, get onto us on Facebook, or you can get onto us on Twitter at IMC Federation, or use the hashtag IMCF 2016. Let us know what you think, where you're watching this, how you're hiding this from your boss in work. But as I said this morning, the best advice is just get your boss watching it, get them addicted, and then you can all watch it together.
Yeah. It's better than football anyway. So.
Yep. Whichever football that might be, I think this tops all of them.
Oh yeah, big time.
And here we go. Denmark doing a 3-2. England doing 2-1-2.
I'll see how they do that. 2-on-2. That's really, really interesting. Against
Denmark
a 3-2.
seem to have moved into a 2-1-2 match.
I can see Luke Wood. It's the captain. He's dead center right now with a British helmet.
Waiting until he has to move in. Watching both fights. And both these teams seem to be fairly cautious until they commit. That's a big hit from Luke Woods, but
Luke Wood used to play rugby, right? So he's a really, really rough hitter when he runs at you.
We had one of the Danish fighters lost a weapon and had to do a run for it, but managed to get a replacement. When you lose your weapon, you're not allowed to engage other fighters, but they can still hit you.
So Luke is still there fighting a way smaller cat. Oh, good shot to the face. Oh, good hit again. Now, but
all the fighters still on their feet.
Man, this is a rough fight.
These are two tough teams, and they've fought each other regularly over the last couple of years. And we've got 2 down. It's still even.
Still even.
Oh, and another.
No, the Dane's still up.
It's changed.
They changed the rule.
We now have.
It's still even.
No, it's 3-on-4. There's another Dane hiding in that big pile under Luke Woods.
Oh, okay. I can't see him from here. There's a pile up in the left. It's really hacking at each other. Luke is getting punched in the face while his puncher is getting hit in the back.
And we got another 2 down. Still all to play
so
for.
It's only the pile up that's left.
And the grappling like that is so exhausting.
Yeah, that can kill a team in one shot.
Oh,
look, just threw.
Short range.
Yeah. A guy the size of Luke can change the game. It's one of the few things that happen in this sport. Is that?
And whoa! He's trying to put that Dane down.
It didn't work. Dane is still hanging on to Luke's
helmet.
helmet.
Are staying up on their feet so well.
Wow. And you remember, it's wet and muddy, so it's really slippery. Staying up like that is really hard right now.
Takes a lot of balance.
A lot of energy expended to stay up too. Knee. I mean, it's a grappling match between Luke and the Danish fighter right there.
And those fighters that are on the ground now are just going to be trying to catch their breath, because I would expect.
Luke threw his opponent down. So the Dane is there being held back by his opponent, and Luke is right in front of him.
But if they can just.
The highest goal is to try to get the hell out.
There's going to be quite a number of substitutions, I'd say, after a tiring fight like this.
Oh yeah, and you only have 8 fighters, so you can only change 3.
Change the whole field. He's trying to bring him down. And he's pushing, and he's down.
That was not an easy victory at all.
That was a long fight, and it was a
And that's again
match.
big ass rain. Oh, I shouldn't say that word. Sorry, big rain. So
now back to the
chair hats. People, honestly, somebody should film us.
I know there's plenty of photographs of us.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's not good.
Now we have 3 of us.
Oh yeah, it's a trio. By the way, I asked them for an extras. We might be able to be 3 very soon.
Because we have Dale up here with us, watching the matches at the moment. Still commentating, but nobody else can hear him.
It's sometimes better this way. Oh.
A This is cold rain.
It is cold. It's not fun. I feel like I'm in Ireland. It's wet, it's cold, and it's windy.
At least in Ireland, we have the decency to not tease you with the sun as well. You can at least prepare for the rain.
No, you can't.
So a bit of an armor repair going on there for the Danes. And
That's
I think we're ready to go.
actually Jesper, the captain, finally stepping in. Jesper is really good. He's a big guy. He's the one with the little flaps around his neck right now. Oh, it's big, heavy, cold rain too.
And here we go.
Here we go. Jesper on the right with a two-hand axe. The British switch a lot of their guys, same as for the Danes.
Luke is out this time. He's
Yeah.
being rested. And they've got to
Yes.
prepare for the idea of doing a third round of this.
Ooh, couple fell there.
2 down, 1 on each side. There's a few fights going on around the list.
We have
The big
huge
rap-
pileups right now. Oh, and Jesper took the guy down, but fall down with him. So it's 2-on-2 on one side. A Dane just threw his opponent to the floor.
It's now 3 on 2. And they're really struggling in that surface, trying to keep on their feet. That's going to be so slippery for those fighters.
Oh God, they're so good at staying on their feet under this condition. Honestly, I would have stepped
And
in them.
another 2 down.
Oh, so now it's 2-on-1
2
for
on
the
1.
Danes.
Going to be a hard one for England to win now.
It's not impossible, but let's just say it's unlikely.
It's a tough fight. Because one of those Danes just has to hold on to the English fighter while the
tire
other
him
one just wails on him.
Well, right now he's covering himself pretty well against defense to make sure he's not getting much damage and make sure he's getting his opponent tired. Oh, that's good. Good change of strategy. Changing the guy that holds, and here it goes. Wail at the leg. Wailing at the arm. Trying to make damage. I can
If
barely
anything, the rain is getting worse.
I didn't know it
It's
could get
torrential.
worse. It's insane. We're describing you all this incredible fighting from on top of this rampart with the rain falling super hard on us. It's unreal.
It's quite difficult to contain.
And the wind is
So you'll
actually
excuse us.
picking up. Oh wow, this is nasty right now. This is unreal. And oh, the guy is piled up. They're trying to drag him over the bodies on the floor.
They just want to get him down onto the ground.
He doesn't want to fall down. Oh, the water fell down from my shirt to my arm. Okay. I think we're losing Brendan right now to the rain. Losing an Irish to the rain is the first time I ever thought of that. They're still fighting. Those guys are some of the toughest people I've ever seen. Yeah, he's down. Finally, he's down. So it's 1-1. It's 1-1. We're going in for the third round.
And they finished it the same as well. England had 2 fighters left standing in the last round, and we've got 2 Danes standing up in this round.
Oh.
So all to play for. And
You know what? Right now, Brennan, I would prefer being in my armor on that floor than here. We're shaking. We're frozen. We're so passionate about this sport that we're describing this from this incredible position. I never thought I'd do this ever in my life. So, Brendan, how was your weekend? I was describing fight from the top of a rampart while I was getting frozen and rained on.
I think it's still worth it.
Oh, it's
Fight we're
worth
in
it.
today.
It's honestly a highlight of of my day, as weird as it sounds.
If we make it back alive, this will make a good story.
You know, I'm afraid of lightnings. We had that crashing not so far away before. So, and
And not the first time, it wouldn't be the first time we've had IMCF fight taking place in a thunderstorm.
last year we had this all versus all in this humongous thunderstorm with hail falling down of our heads. Honestly, visually for the photos, it was amazing. Personally, it was wet and miserable, but it was really worth the moment.
And luckily, nobody got hit by lightning.
Now we stopped when the lightning really started. We got a good scare out of that one.
Those are the fights you don't want to be refereeing, because those big yellow poles are steel. If anything gets hit, it might be them. And
Well,
here
mind
we
you-
go.
Here we go again. Again, against defense. Look at the difference of top teams. They use defense to their advantage, putting their butt to it, protecting their back, not letting anybody get into the back of their team. Oh, he turned his back, and what happened? British jump on him. Sorry, the English jump on him.
And that's. Oh, I think we've got 2 Danes down to no loss for the
Oh,
English. This is going to make a big difference. The English are going to start using those numbers. And here we go with a charge. But the Dane turns away from it quite successfully. And he's down.
there's a limit to how much he can run away.
And that's Luke freed up, isn't it?
Yep, that was Luke that did a nice foot sweep there to take the guy down.
And
Oh,
this
another.
is over.
Guys, it's
It's
over.
over.
Ah, we're getting somewhat of a shelter. or plastic bag or whatsoever.
Just let me put on my black bag cape. But this is actually really nice after that.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Okay, it doesn't look as bad. A black bag is better than actual rain on my head. All right.
So now, sorry if this is going to affect the sound a bit. You might hear a bit more rustling and the rain on the bag, but we don't have much options.
All right, I think the fight right now, I don't know if they're going to carry on. The ref are still on the field.
And you have to feel a lot of pity for those refs as well.
You know what? I just want to remind everybody here, everybody that listens to us, that's how passionate we are. That's how much this sport is important to us. None of those refs are being paid. We have no salary to this, nor me, nor Brendan. Nobody here is getting paid. We're doing this because we love the sport and we want it to grow and get to the full scale it can and should be.
And those refs have been doing a fantastic job
Oh,
over the last 2 days.
oh yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want their job. I did it last year. I wouldn't do it this year.
Because it can be quite stressful when you're scoring, even if you're just scoring points, and
It is stressful
it can
because
make a difference at
you
what
can-
points you score.
you can crush a guy's fight. And all his months of training to get to where he is by just counting wrong, by doing a common mistake.
And then when it comes down to making judgment calls, saying the fives, if you tell someone they've made an illegal move and have to kneel down and you were wrong, that can change a fight. But luckily, these refs have been fantastic. The amount of calls they have to make, there have been a tiny number of
I gotta
maybe
admit
bad
too,
calls, but
last year we had, how can I say, a lot of confusions about the rules by fighters. And this year so far, less confusions. Fighters know the rules better, use everything to their advantage. It's a really, really nice, this year we're getting a really, really nice tournament going. And for some reason everybody stops, which is kind of boring. I mean, I'm soaking wet. My boots are just, I feel like I'm walking in a puddle right now. And I gotta,
we gotta watch when they're not fighting. Come on, guys, we're wetting up. Keep the
guys,
fight
we're
going.
wet. Please get back on the field. Please. Honestly, we should really be on speaker when we say stuff like that, but we're not. Okay. But no, seriously, this is, I think they're taking a short break. I hope the field is not too dangerous, because that's one thing they'll have to judge. If it's too muddy and dangerous, the last thing we want is people, twisting their knees and ankle for nothing.
With the risk of injury involved in the sport anyway, you don't want to be adding to it.
No.
We try and minimize it as much as possible between the rules and the armor, and we've got it to a really fantastic level given the intensity of fights. We don't want anything that increases the risk of injury for fighters.
Actually, the number of injuries is ridiculously small. Sorry? All good. For me, I'm all good. Actually, a cup of tea would be nice at this point.
A shower? Change of clothes?
Towels?
A roof. I'd like a roof. So if anyone out there has a roof they can send to us,
Get
get
on.
onto us on Facebook or Twitter.
I'd say about 2 meters by 3 meters would be
That would be
perfect.
fine. Maybe some walls no, actually we have walls, they can hold it up.
No, yeah. It's just that they have big open windows on it. Crenellation, it's called. Anyway, we have the Portuguese actually on one side getting mentally ready. Portuguese are the home team, but right now, as sad as it is, with rain like that, they don't have much of a home crowd. But there's still about a dozen faithful,
Die-hard
crazy fans that are sitting there. I love this sport, but maybe not that much.
The rain has eased off a bit, but at its heaviest there, it was. You might as well have been standing in a shower.
Actually, my shower doesn't pour that much. All right. So we're just waiting. They're going to evaluate what they do. We're going to an official decision in a very short period of time.
Yeah, the referees having a discussion over there, the marshalling staff, and I can only imagine they're discussing the state of the field and the conditions, are possibly just having a chat while they hope
right
the
now
rain
from
eases off.
from this angle here, we can see it's puddles on puddles on puddles. I mean, can we put skates on this? I mean, it's going to be very slippery. I'm actually afraid because, you know, this type of condition, if it worsens or if it keeps for the night, tomorrow will be very, very dangerous for fighters and for everybody. But
it could come down to the team that has the best swimmers if this keeps up.
you know, the Quebec team might have a big advantage. You know, we're used to fight on slippery ice when we play hockey. Oh, and the Danes are walking to one side of the field. I think it's going to be Denmark versus Portugal.
Looks like it should be. But I think the weather forecast for the next couple of days is looking better after tonight.
I really hope so.
We just hope that there isn't enough rainfall between now and whenever it clears up that it makes the field unusable.
I got to say one thing is that when the sun comes out here, it dries everything pretty damn fast.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about that part.
We just got to hold out until then. And as it turns out, plastic bag capes are actually pretty warm.
I don't know if they're warm, but they're dry, so that's I'm happy with.
Well, I've managed to wrap myself up in mine.
Yeah, Brandon got a better cape than mine. This is unfair. Yeah, they cut yours. Why didn't they just give me a bag?
I have climbed inside my black bag. I will try and get a picture up on our Twitter page at IMC Federation.
You can also probably find the same picture put up by me on the Facebook page, IMC Federation. Look for IMCF Federation, the Federation page, and not only the 2016, also the IMCF 2016 Championship Edition. It's really, really worth it. Well, it's an improvement from the chair.
It is a big improvement for the chair. Our technology is
Improving
increasing
all the
as
time.
the day goes on.
All right, it's going to be Portugal versus Denmark on 5 versus 5.
And here we go.
Portuguese trying to split the team.
They're spreading out into their formation.
Oh, Portugal's getting more of a tactic going. See, one thing that I've learned in the last few months is you can't go behind your friends like that because you make yourself a lot weaker that way. You can step on each other.
You're getting in your own way if you have to move backwards and
Exactly.
you're not able to attack.
Or you're being pushed backward. And that guy in the back of the other one on the right, he cannot hit. He's blocked right now. He's useless at that in that position. So we have a bit of a fighting on the left.
To engage now. We still got pretty much they're all
Oh,
engaged
lost
now.
his
We lost the
weapon and being
he's down.
put to down. 2 Portuguese to the floor, and this guy being held to the
And one of the Danes is wailing with the axe, but there seems to be some. Oh no, the fight was stopped. I thought there was a rule.
3-on-1.
Yep.
The first round goes to Denmark. Fighters from New Zealand and England prepare for the next fight.
So we have New Zealand coming out to the field now.
Ooh, that's going to be
First
interesting.
fight.
And they're fighting England.
Yeah.
I haven't seen New Zealand fought since last year, any of the fights or anything they did, sadly. And I'm curious to know where are they at right now.
We did get to see Justin Harris fighting in the longsword earlier today.
Yeah, he was amazing. He looked really good. He improved so much.
He was looking really great out in the field, and I know he dropped out due to a hand injury, but it was more of a case that he had a hand injury that he didn't want to get worse because he wanted to fight in the 5 versus 5. So he made his choice, and hopefully it won't be too much of a hindrance for him.
I need to find a way to cut my bag. It's not working. So, all right. I'm jealous of Brandon's cape right now, and I was trying to find a way to create the same effect, and it's not working.
Just chew your way into the bag. like a rat.
You know,
We're
fans,
ready for round 2 here. We should probably
round 2.
talk about the match instead of our bags, but we get distracted. And here we go.
There we go.
Bit
Again,
of confusion with the
confusion.
Portuguese.
The Portuguese team. They're getting stuck in a pile up in a corner.
And
They're getting
gonna try and make
erred,
a break
basically.
out of there. And with
Oh,
one down,
running,
oh,
hit in the
2
face,
down.
fell to the floor. Another one on the floor. Barely have time to commit anything, and the Portuguese
up.
on the floor.
2 Portuguese still on their feet, and we're down to 1, and the fight is stopped.
It's 5-1, the score for this round.
So none of the Danes put down on the ground.
See, that's one thing in this sport. Strategy is of matter of great importance. If you make a wrong move, a wrong decision in your position, you can make your whole team lose around a fight.
If you're not used to the sport, when they're out there just wailing on each other, it might just look like
A brawl.
a bunch of people just wailing on each other. But there is,
A lot of
There-
strategy.
you can be tougher and stronger than the other team, but if you don't have the tactical game, you're not going to win.
Oh, I finally made my cape.
And I think we have a tarp arriving.
No, we're gonna have a roof. This is so great. Okay. The Technical College of Montemor Ovello is taking care of us. They're the one actually that taking care of the feed, and they're provided us with a roof. We're really happy. That was not planned in the first place. So
And in fairness to the technical college, they have been doing a fantastic job with the streaming. Well, I know we lost the feed for a while, but
yeah,
given
water
these
is water, right?
conditions, there's nothing they can do about the elements.
All right, the British are getting in. There's this guy on the right, on my right, facing me. He has this huge kind of butter knife with butcher knife on a stick. They're done by Peter, Polish armor. I had the chance to play with one the other day. I'm actually afraid of those weapons. They hit like hell. They're really thick. They're really heavy, and they're really, really strong. So I don't know.
And we have got something interesting coming up from New Zealand.
Oh, New Zealand, yeah.
I will have the name. I know it's not a haka. There's another name for it.
It's a short version of an aka they're going to do in honor of their opponent that they will fight.
That's something that we haven't seen before.
They would love to do more moves, but it's really hard in armor, I believe. So they're getting in position.
And the New Zealanders they pretty much have had to travel the furthest of it of any of the teams here.
Yeah. Must cost a fortune for them to come and fight with us.
It,
I mean, that's passion, that's dedication to the sport.
it is serious determination to come more than halfway around the world to get here. Most of the way around the world to come here to fight.
I can see also that from last year they improved a lot in armor and equipment. So they got very, very good equipment now. They used to have a bit of a low standard equipment. Now they're really well.
All the teams are getting better every year. The sport is really improving, even just in the last.
Justin
since,
Harris
since
holding
last
up.
year. There's a
Ooh,
grabbing
one
on
of
the
the-
rail. The refs intervene. And he. Oh,
Oh, almost. And one of the
Uh,
British down by slippering. It's 1-2-1 down. Justin Harris is holding the head of a British trying to take him down. And
Keep him to his feet.
oh,
and that
damn, the British are good on their
big
feet.
butter knife looking weapon is doing damage.
Guess that. Axe to the face. Oh,
And the
that must have been
New
nasty.
Zealanders taking some very heavy hits there. Oh, we're running right into the back. He wasn't expecting it. Now there's
It's 4 against 2.
4 on 2, yeah. And
3-2-1, stop of the fight.
The first round goes to England.
But I still thought that was a good display from New Zealand. They,
They were really good. The thing is that England is really, really solid on their feet. It took a while for them to become actually dominant during that round.
yeah, they kind of had to build up more steam. Don't know if they're expecting as much of a fight off New Zealand as the one they got.
We'll know in the next round. Because if they were,
They'll come out fighting.
they'll come out. Yeah, they'll come out swinging if they were not expecting that much.
few substitutions going on there.
Well, not much of a choice. I can see Justin Harris stepping out.
But the Team England seem to be just sticking with the team they have out there on the field.
They did a couple of change. Not that much, mind you. Just, yeah, 3 guys just changed.
I got distracted with the construction work that's going on just above us, but hopefully having an awning soon.
Okay, James Bennett, the captain, is on the field.
There we go.
They're going in 3 and 2 for the strategy. The British are using 2 on each side.
Spreading out across the field, and a big good what looked like a good charge from the New Zealander, but he slipped on that terrible surface. Like we said,
That butter knife
very
is,
muddy.
it's raining shots. Oh,
Another New Zealander hits the ground. A big crush there up against the rails.
New Zealanders are not giving 1 inch of the ground to the,
And that's
to
2
the
down.
British.
1 on each side just hit the ground there. It's 3 on 2, but I think we're going to lose. It's 2 on 2.
It's 2 on 2 or 2?
Or, sorry, 2 on 1. Sorry.
2 on 1, okay. Makes more sense. I was looking for a 4th person in that ring. They're really trying to push over. He's really fighting hard not to fall. He's really doing a great job. Oh, they got him. They got him. But that was quite a pileup. And again, New Zealand, even losing the round, they did not lose easy.
No.
I mean,
and we can't reiterate enough how tough of a team England are.
and I can't reiterate how slippery that darn mud is, because they lost their first guy that way just because of the mud.
Keeping your footing in that is not easy. Even just keeping your footing in armour
It's not always
is
easy.
not easy.
So that was a really beautiful fight, actually. A great display on both sides. I'm actually astonished by the power of New Zealand.
Even
They're
though it ended
really
up,
improved again. I'm actually happy they're not in my pool.
England might have won that in 2 rounds, but a very impressive display from New Zealand.
Exactly. You know, there's sometimes you win by 2 rounds, but they're not that decisive of a fight.
Yeah.
The second round was not that decisive. Okay, so we're waiting for the next 2 teams.
So for anyone that's just tuning in now and hasn't been following the fights, we're getting a bit of feedback there. But the basic idea of these group fights is if you have 3 points of contact on the ground, you are out. If a hand touches the ground, you're out.
If you rest on your weapon, you're out. Basically, and it doesn't mean because I lift my foot from the floor and put my weapon on the floor to hold myself up, I'm not 3 points. We always calculate, even if you have 1 foot in the air, that you have 2 points of contact by your feet. So your knee counts as a 3rd point as well.
And the idea of it, I mean, you might say, oh, fighting in armour, surely they could just get back up and keep going. But in an actual medieval battle, I suppose, if you ended up on the ground, someone's going to sit in your chest and try and finish you off.
Yeah, big time. Actually, there was part regiment or part of the troops that were actually just that. Coutelier was guys with knives just going into the holes of your armor to finish the job. And right now, I'm having a weird feedback. I don't know if you guys can hear me right now. Actually, that's the fun fight. The fact about fighting. Fun. It's not mathematic. It's not if I beat you, the guy that beat me can beat you.
It might not mean
It's a
anything.
lot of question of style, of how you move and everything else, type of equipment. There's a lot of thing in that equation. I can beat, let's just say, Brendan any day, but the guy that beats me can maybe not beat Brendan. It doesn't work like that. Brendan didn't like the fact that I told him I can beat Brendan any day.
No, I think last time we fought, I won.
That was the most ridiculous duel in the world, and I'm not talking about that. By the way, people, if ever you see a video of me and Brendan fighting in Sword and Shield, you'll discover we are great sword flippers and not fighters.
We had a duel where we both received hand injuries earlier on in our group fights, and we could barely grip our swords, so we'd take a swing and then turn the sword in our hand back so it was facing the right way, and then take a swing and turn it back again. Keep
So
going like
Brendan is a greater sword flipper than me.
that. I can turn my sword faster.
Exactly. By the way, we have the same type of gauntlets that time.
Okay, so
All right, so they're back for the second round.
number
Chin strap
2.
check.
Denmark versus
Denmark is in position.
New Zealand.
Dead center is Jesper, the captain.
He's got that big axe, he's just resting on the ground, we're ready to get
Fighters
going.
The
ready.
thing is that he
Fight.
used that big axe to grapple very well. So here we go.
The Danes have 3 two-handed weapons. They're going to do a lot of damage with that.
Oh, that's a fun position for for New Zealand. Two on the left, 2 on center, and 1 on the right, instead of having 1 in the center, which is the most common position. They're taking their time. Oh, one of the Danes is on the floor.
And
Jesper
is
attacking,
in.
2-on-1 on him. Oh, a couple is on the floor.
And this is a closer fight than the last round.
Yep. Wailing away on the right side.
That New Zealander with the
Oh,
pole
New
arm,
Zealand is down. Weapon is stuck.
he was caught on that New Zealander, but I don't think he was on the ground. but
Oh,
he
now
was
the New
trying to hold
Zealanders
on
are
to us.
outnumbered. They're outnumbered 3-2. Jesper's crossing the
And
field.
there are
He's
3
coming.
Denmark fighters
They're going to
against
bring
2
those
New
Just
two-handed
Zealanders.
weapons into
Oh,
action.
he didn't fall. It was so close. There you go.
Trying to
Axe
stay
to
on
the
his
shoulder.
feet.
Now he's down.
Stop the fight. Stop the
Oh,
fight.
that was a nasty shot right
3
after
to
the stop
1.
fight.
The second victory.
He's all
And
okay.
the victory in home
Checking on
match
him.
goes to Denmark.
So Denmark won again, but New Zealand definitely looked more impressive in that round than
And the next fight,
It seems like Denmark got a number of New Zealand. They know how to beat.
Poland versus England.
Ooh, that's going to be a big one. Poland versus England.
This should be definitely an exciting match and a
Big time.
tough one.
That's actually what I believe is going to be a big game changer is that field. Because for some reason,
Ladies
and
and
I'm not
gentlemen,
mentioning British English rain, the mud doesn't seem to change the UK's way of fighting at all. They don't seem to slip.
I think they're probably more used to it. And the
Now they
Polish,
meet
they tend to be great runners.
in the
They're
group
good at covering the
stage.
field.
But they're not big guys right now. They're not small,
So,
but
this
they're not
fight
exactly the
will
biggest
be
guys.
No, they're not
very
guys who are just going to
interesting to
rely on
watch.
sheer hitting power. They can hit hard when they want to, but they like to. I always describe them as like a pack of dogs in the most positive sense.
Next
They
fight
get in there,
after
they nip, they
this
try to circle around, they work really well
will
as a
be
team. The Polish.
Portugal
Yeah.
versus New Zealand.
Whereas some other teams, they try and go in like
Portugal versus
a
New
bulldozer.
Zealand. After
There's nothing wrong with
fighting
either
England.
technique. Depends on the fighters you have and what you've trained for.
Depending on the weight on your team. And right now we saw that side of camaraderie that you were mentioning earlier. We haven't started fighting and they're already
We've got our dancing Polish fighter.
Yeah, I would gotta call him the dancing Mongolian Polish fighter. All right, little
And the fighters
pep
are
talk,
ready.
rally. Let's
Fist
roll
bumping
over
in the
there.
middle. And they're ready to go.
Poland versus England. Round 1. Fight!
Here we go.
Poland again with their traditional 2-2-1, same formation as England, and they're on.
And the two fighters in the middle of the field still eyeing up where they can get an advantage.
Oh,
Once
one of the
ball's
Polish
off-
fighter lost his weapon. Luke tried to use that to his advantage.
They're still all up on their feet.
Oh, that Polish fighter in the black armor fell to the floor.
He's been called back down yet.
And that's, like I said, ooh, nasty shot, a shield on the right side.
Great fights going on that rail, and both teams are doing fantastic to stay up on their feet.
Like we were discussing me and Dale earlier, more experienced team tend to use the rail to their advantage. On top, we can hook the rail, we can lean on it, and that's really protecting you from being attacked on the back and having surprise on that.
And we got 2 down there.
2 down there. It's still advantageous. It's still an advantage for the British, but not by that much.
The surface is starting to tell there was what would have been an effective charge from the Polish there. He had to slow down enough that there wasn't much power in when he hit. He was trying to keep up on his feet.
2 more on the floor.
So it's 3-2 with England having the advantage. And the fight has slowed down into these 2 grapples.
Grappling against defense is extremely tiresome, but the only way you can protect yourself when you're outnumbered.
You can just try and hold on and hope a teammate frees up to come get you, or I think there's
he was leaning on his weapon, which is illegal. 3-1. They lost the round.
Yeah, he was supporting himself with his weapon. That was a fair call from the marshals. It's a harsh call, but if he was supporting himself with that weapon, that's 3
From
points
this angle,
contact.
he surely looked like it. Was he really resting on it? I don't know. Here we go. The feedback started again. Oh, I made it worse.
With the intensity hits that are coming in here, that's pretty common.
So right now we have
Slight armor failures, and it's one of the ref's jobs to keep on top of that and spot anything that might become a danger before it ends in an injury. So I'm delighted that this is going to a 3rd round.
Oh yeah, I wanted that.
So up here, all we want is tight fights.
More fun to comment.
Longer fights. We don't want to see anyone just walking across other teams. We want close fights. They're more interesting to watch and commentate on. And luckily, that's why a lot of the fights have been.
And our little bunker has been built.
We can move up into our nice awning.
No, I'm afraid of what I'm going to do now.
So the whole system here has become quite sensitive because of all the water. So
Moving around is not always a good thing.
we have to be quite delicate.
All right, you're going in for the 3rd round. Let's see what that gives us.
And the ref's just doing.
Oh, that chair's wet.
The ref's just doing a quick check
Okay.
on all the fighters, making sure their
Ladies and
equipment is
gentlemen,
still
round
up to standard.
number 3. Fight!
Here we go, Luke again in the centre of the field.
Luke being a rugby player, he's always dangerous in any position if he's free.
Let me remind
And
you,
he's used to
two best
running in the
teams
mud.
of last
Oh
year
yeah, he's a British.
championship.
He's an English rugby.
Oh,
Oh, and Demont took him,
goes
but
down.
took Luke as well.
I think that slight slip from the Polish fighter might have even helped him on that.
Yeah, because he had no resistance. And another couple fell by the fence.
Oh,
Oh, British has a one-man
And
advantage.
English fighters.
English are-
makes things tough for him. But oh, we got a brief moment there of the Polish fighter gripping over the rail, which isn't allowed under our rule set. But I think it was just
You got a few seconds to reposition
yeah,
yourself.
he moved his head out quickly.
It's one-on-one. It's one-on-one in the corner. Well, he's
is
climbing
staying on
on him. He's actually climbing on top of him. This is amazing. The English doesn't want to go down. He's in a tucked position.
He was trying to ride that English fighter like a horse.
By this.
And it got to a more even grapple.
Versus
The
Cooper.
Polish fighter did have the advantage, but now it's more even. They're trying to move out of that. Oh,
Oh, and tripped over his own partner.
Victory. Second round.
that was a
Second
tight
serious
round.
round for England.
That was a very, very tight
And in
round.
whole match,
So England win the match,
2-1.
but honestly, that could have gone either way.
That one was a question of 1 centimeter, and everything would have changed.
Yeah.
That was a really, really impressive fight for the British. The English, one of the top team in the world.
Again, England have won out all of their matches so far. This is the first fight when they lost a round. So really impressive.
And now,
And I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw Team England in the finals.
No, I wouldn't be that surprised.
I would like to invite team from New Zealand and Portugal.
New Zealand
New Zealand and Portugal.
So we've got the
And
team that had
after
to
this
travel the least,
battle,
and the team that had to travel
will
the
be
most.
Denmark versus Poland.
Unfair.
And they're also in black and white to increase the contrast to show it.
You have to make sure, right? That we don't notice them at all.
The marshals doing their checks in the armor, making sure the chin straps are in place and the neck and shoulders are protected.
At least they're not blue. All
There's
the
a
other
lot of-
teams are blue.
A lot of blue teams around.
All right, let's see if Portugal can do something about New Zealand.
Given New Zealand's,
Toughness in general.
yeah, given how they were against Denmark,
And now
I-
we're getting an opportunity to see the bit of I don't remember the name of the small aka facing it.
we'll
Instead
get a
seeing-
better view of this time.
Exactly. If they're doing it. They seem like they want to do it.
But given how good New Zealand were against Denmark, I don't think Portugal have an easy fight in their hands.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And have a tough time.
New Zealand.
Here we go with the haka. That would
And let's
videotape.
welcome Team
Rugby fans out there.
Portugal.
More energetic and louder
Round
haka
number
that
one.
will be done by the New Zealand rugby team, but it's a lot harder to do in armour.
Yeah, a
Fight.
lot of those moves wouldn't be that very efficient in armor. All right,
And I
Here we
understand
go.
the hakas are very unique things, which
are composed
they
for
they
the
feature.
occasion. Here we
Here
go.
Again, the Portuguese fighters do one
Pile
thing
up.
on
They're
each
doing
other.
a pile up.
I don't think it's going to work to their advantage. And a bit of a charge, but a bit too slow on it.
Not only snow, it's you feel like that will of engagement to go through the
We've
opponent.
got another charge, but that took two Portuguese fighters down and one New Zealander. Who's left on their feet?
And the winner goes to New Zealand.
A bit of anger from one of the Portuguese fighters.
It gets unnerving to be on the receiving end all the time.
Yeah,
It's
especially in front of their home crowd, they want to be out there and doing their best, but they're up against a very tough competition. This is a really tough group for them.
mind you, I didn't see that many weak
There
group
was,
this year.
I don't think there were any weak groups.
I mean, the group that Quebec was in was Quebec, Germany, and Spain yesterday. I mean, no, sorry, not Spain,
We are waiting
Germany and
for
Mexico.
round
And
number
even if
2.
Mexico is a pretty new team, they were extremely strong. Germany are known to be strong. Quebec
Yeah.
is one of the growing team and are quite strong last year, making it to the eighth of the final. The other one was actually the U.S., Spain, and God, I have a blank.
Italy.
Italy. And
Yeah,
no weakling
no,
there
no weak
either.
teams. But as this sport advances, the quality of the fighters is going to keep going up. The amount that it's advanced
Team
in
Portugal made some
between last year
substitutions.
and the year before that, it's just monumental.
And
Oh yeah,
fighters from
I'm
New
always
Zealand
impressed
are
about how
waiting.
much teams have improved.
Fighters ready. Round number 2. Fight.
We'll see if Portugal can win any pride back, do a bit of damage.
Well, they're not going to do well if they don't stop piling up like they do. They always plays the trick.
I know an issue for a lot of the smaller teams is just that they don't have enough people to train properly for group fights. So when they come out to the field, they can struggle with tactical choices. We've got one on each side down, and we lost another Portuguese and New Zealand.
Stop the fight! Stop the fight! Stop the fight! Stop! Stop
And
the
New Zealand
fight!
does not want to
Stop
stop.
the fight!
He's going to get a warning from the referees.
Two stick and a microphone screaming stop the fight.
The
Should have
fighter from the New Zealand
been a bit
receives
faster than that.
a
To me.
warning.
It should have been fast,
But
but I
the
don't think there
winner
was any.
is
Ill intention.
New Zealand 2-0.
They do have to listen when they're told to stop fighting, and when those marshalling poles come in, that means stop.
Or he's lucky. He's getting
And
up
next
for
fight.
with a rough warning and not a
Yes.
yellow card or anything like that.
Denmark
As I
versus
say, I don't think there was any
Poland.
intent behind it.
No, no, no.
And if he had been less apologetic, that could have been a yellow card incident for New Zealand. And that's New Zealand win 2 rounds.
Yep.
Portugal hugging with their opponents, walking off the field, bowing to the crowd, which is starting to grow back up after the rain.
And next fight after this will be England versus Portugal. So
England versus
Portugal will
Portugal is the
have
next fight.
one more
and,
chance.
Yeah, we'll be
On the
honest on
field.
that one.
I honestly can't see anyone but England winning that. I've a huge amount of
But right
respect
now-
for Portugal. They're a small team and they still went to all the trouble
Denmark
of organising this.
and
Putting on a
Poland.
fantastic tournament, and I know they've been training their hearts out for a long time, but I think they just have more work to do to bring them up to the standard of some of the other teams here.
It is not easy to bring it up to the standard. You need a lot of work and a lot of dedication. And it's not because the Portuguese don't have that, because right now they've worked really hard just to put up this event. They show they have the art as a team to create something very interesting. But sadly, the level of your competition also grows and train at the same time as you do.
And again, our dancing Mongol and back in. Nearly took a slip there.
That would have been a
Bit of
falling
Gangnam
Mongolia.
Style.
So it's Poland against.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Portugal come back with a much better field.
Next
Team
year.
Next year,
Denmark
yeah.
has two
Because of what happens
They're
with
going to
victories.
pick up fighters from
Team
this.
Poland
exactly
round
having
victory.
events in your own town or
Both
in your own country in this case
Lost with
really
England.
brings your recruitment up when you're a new when you're
So-
a small team.
Oh, yeah,
This battle will
an
be
excellent
very
fight earlier.
important.
We've got Poland versus Denmark.
For Team
Portugal are
Poland,
fighting
because
the
they
next
need the
fight
second
as far
victory
as
to think
the
about
PA system.
going out.
That's going to
to
be
the
another interesting fight.
playoff
Another
Polish
tough fight.
Poland needs that win.
Yeah.
Since they lost to England, Right now, if they want to be in the pool, in the next pool, they need to win against Denmark. Otherwise, it's going to be Denmark that goes.
Yeah.
Whoever wins that fight is going to the next level.
Nobody wants to go down in this. And they seem to be hugging it out before they start to fight.
I call this removing guilt. I like you, so don't worry. If I hit you, it's not because I don't like you.
I'm a little disappointed we haven't seen the Danes dancing into the field. They have been known to dance into the field to their battle music.
Yeah, but we don't have pink. We're gonna pick a fight as a team music this year. A bit more appropriate.
It's so hot by Pink is their music of choice. In the royal battle.
Denmark versus
Here we go.
Poland. Round number 1.
Again, it seems to be that 2-1-2 formation on both sides we've seen so much. Seems to be the go-to formation for most of these teams. And I don't think it's a wise idea to try and have an open fight in the field with the condition it's in now. Some really heavy hits coming in on both sides.
And one of the Polish is down. Oh, he's not down alone.
And that's Jasper has taken it.
I think his armor is broken.
And we got another Pole down. And this is becoming a tough fight for Poland. We got one-on-one fights. 2 of them, and then there's 2-on-1.
And the Dane lost his weapon.
This could make a difference. It's still very tight. One of the Danes decided he wasn't getting anywhere with the fight he was in. The ref's trying to separate a fight. Not sure what the incident was. They've separated and reset.
Oh, Poland is in a bad position here. 2-on-1 on one side, and Rolo on the other side. It's really not in a good position.
Just trying to lay down as much as he can onto that Polish fighter and put as much weight onto it.
And Polish
He's out. It's 2-on-1 now.
last
It's
fighter
going to be
standing on the
2-on-1 against
ground.
Poland, for Denmark against Poland.
He's just going to hold on to the Polish fighter and just punish him, trying to kick those legs out. His knee is just above the ground there with that kick. He just about managed to stay up, I think. And down he goes.
And the first round goes to Denmark.
That Polish fighter, not sure if he's upset or injured.
He's injured.
He's
We
injured.
need medic.
No medic. He says he's okay.
I'm not sure if there was something pressing onto his neck during the grapple. He seems to be okay. He's responding to the paramedics are on him now. Hopefully there's nothing serious.
It's all okay.
He seems to be alright. He's on his knees now and he's
Probably
giving
got
out.
a bit of pressure on the neck from his helmet.
So the first round goes to Denmark.
He's out for this round.
And now,
We're ready for round 2.
the second round.
Polish flag bearer
Poland
trying to rally some
versus
support.
Denmark. Fighters ready. Marshals ready.
Nasty axes on the Danish side.
Nasty axes.
Fight!
Here they go.
Slightly different formation now. Basically opening back up to it.
3-2 on both sides. Running around the center of the field. See, the Polish almost slipped. It's really not your best idea to run around the center of the field right now, muddy as it is.
One of the Danes went for a charge there, but the Polish fighter moved out of the way. Didn't have enough time.
Oh, that didn't work. That was a great try to skip the leg. Didn't work. Here on the right side, we got Jesper and one of the Polish really battling it out on the other side.
Some great
Oh,
footwork
one of the
going on.
Dane fall.
I think
He's stuck against the.
Has lost a weapon, but he's allowed to fight. Bit of a tantrum from one of the bulls. And that kick did not pay off.
And it's 1-on-1.
No, it's 2-on-2. Still got
2-on-2, sorry.
fight
Now it's 2 versus 2 right now.
The Marshall
2
was
versus 2.
And it's
now he's
1
down.
versus 1. England versus
this is going to be a tough
Poland
one
versus
to
Denmark.
get out.
1 versus 1.
A bit of confusion there. I think I thought the fight was stopped. Danish fighter looks very tired. Both of them look tired.
Extremely tired. There's no power in their shots anymore. He's going for a foot sweep, but the Dane's still standing.
All that
You gotta watch, because in the position, if he falls, he's gonna bring the guy with him.
He's just trying to put as much weight onto the Danish fighter as possible.
Right now, you know when you push in a straight line, it's really tiresome. You need to turn the guy around. It's not easy because his butt is to the bloody fence, so it creates some friction. You cannot turn him as you wish.
Trying to jump on him now. This is not a good position to be in for the Dane. Just trying to get him onto the ground. Can't be good for that Dane's back and his legs.
No. There's some tendons that must be cracking right now.
He's just inches above the ground. And he's there.
Finally, second round is for Poland.
I don't think that fight is
goes to
fighting the next round.
No, he deserves
a break.
Oh yeah. Those two fighters actually, because the guy holding him on his back needs a break, and the guy pushing him as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sun is sticking out a bit, so we might get some warmth, and it's desperately needed for us here.
We have our canopy over us, but we're still wrapped in our black bag cloaks to keep warm.
We are. There's a discussion with the referee and one of the Polish fighter who was not happy about a call. Sadly, it happens. It happened to everybody once in a while to get a call we don't agree with. It is not easy for the ref.
Well, they have a lot of calls to make. It just a split second to do it.
Third round.
Sometimes, it's even any other sport, the wrong call might be made, but
he's mad at the referee, but not fight at the Dane. Go and shake the Dane's hand as he's giving back the weapon that was left on the floor. Ooh, broke of an armor on the dancing Mongolian.
I think it's just reattaching a strap that's come loose.
If you don't fight in armor, you have to see those clothes. There's so much lace, straps, and everything to hold those things together. You wouldn't believe it sometimes how it holds together.
There's a lot of work getting all that armor on, working right.
And it always breaks.
You will not get it through a tournament with your armor exactly right. Something will snap, something will give, tear.
Expect to learn how to sew unless you have a lot of money for armor.
You become a seamstress and a blacksmith. You do this for long enough.
And voila. Okay, so we're going for the third round. It's not an easy fight today.
So still, we just finished the discussion between that Polish fighter and the marshalling crew, but I think it seems to have been amicably resolved.
Denmark fighters
It was possibly just some dispute about a rule
waiting for Polish knife.
or the incident involved there. Just explaining what exactly happened. So the Polish now getting a pep talk.
Waiting patiently.
I think when that Polish fighter went down injured earlier, I think that was one of the first times I've seen the paramedics called on from the field.
I only seen him once on the field.
I think I saw him earlier with a German fighter that is hand injured with a long sword, but it's a very minor injury, which we don't want to see in the paramedics at all. There's always going to be some injuries, but less we see them.
All right, it's already starting.
And again, it's going into a few different grapples up against the list. Everyone's still on
Both
their feet.
sides on the list, everybody's still on their feet, yeah. Oh, almost to the floor for that.
Dane managed to stay up, and we've lost one of the Danes is down. And he's and one of them has 3 balls wailing on him. They change up slightly.
Oh, good punch to the face as the guy coming in with the 2 air axe. Coming further back and grabbing, holding to the fence.
It's going to be a tough fight for Denmark to win now.
Poland has 1 fighter
It's the
more.
last 2 fighter for only 1 fighter.
Small advantage on the field.
And there's down. Another couple down. So it's 2 on 1. He's
One of the
down.
Danes thought the fight was over and he stood up. But it's not quite over yet. Jasper's still up.
Jasper's up with the dancing Mongolian in the corner.
He's not
And
dancing at the
another.
moment.
Yeah, he's not dancing. He's
And he's
going
down.
down. And the one.
Jasper landing on top of him.
1
And that was an enjoyable match to watch.
fighter.
As we were explaining,
Fighter left standing.
less experienced
So,
team, or I would say maybe
the
younger in
victory
age at the same time, tend to take the
goes
middle of the
to
field and try to do more running techniques,
Poland. Let's
which
wait for the confirmation.
works well for certain smaller team or a team that has smaller men. But in general, with more experienced team, they use defense a lot as a way to defend their back, because somebody could go around you and hit you in the back. That's pretty much the end of your day if you have nothing to protect you.
That's the quickest takedowns in this, or when you get blindsided and just knocked off your feet.
So, 2 to 1.
It's when you can
Poland
defend yourself and
wins
stay
this
up on your
match.
feet. The fights last a lot longer. Because in all that armor, you can take a lot of punishment.
So
And
now,
the next fight.
Next, I think we have Portugal fighting. I'm not sure who. We would check our. We got the dancing Mongolian back at it.
yeah,
He's enjoying himself. We would check our lists, but they are a soggy mess. They are in bits on the ground.
we have
Portugal
lists.
and
We made those
England
beautiful
report
list
to the
info notes and everything. Ask the team to give us all kind of information so we can really discuss somewhat intelligently what we're doing.
And after that, Poland
That
against
didn't
New
work that
Zealand.
well.
The weather
The
decided they didn't
rain-
like that.
Yeah, so we're back to calling people Polish, dancing Mongolian. So,
So I hope no one out there will get affected if we don't know the names of the fighters.
no,
We,
but
we know a lot of them because we're friends with them, but it's hard to keep up.
this year, one thing that's really, really important to us is that we have fighters commentating fights, so we can give you the insight as much as possible of what's happening in those elements.
We want people to know
So let's welcome
what's
Team
going on for those fighters out there on the field,
Portugal.
rather than just going, oh, one fell down, one's up. We'll try and give you a little bit of an insight. And we got Portugal versus England now.
And their
As I
opponents,
said earlier, this is going to
Team
be a
England.
very tough prospect for Portugal.
It would be nice to see them win a team, win a fight. I gotta admit.
It would be fantastic. And their performance out here hasn't impressed, but it doesn't show the amount of work that they have put in. I know that some of the fighters there have put in tremendous amount of work over the last year or 18 months in preparation for this. But it's just they're going up against some very, very tough competition.
Like we said, it was one of the deepest pool. All the pools were good, but this one was
So the fighters
very
already-
special.
Yeah.
And here they go.
Round 1.
And again, they're going into a pilot formation. You're getting cornered. It's not good. Kick.
Hasn't worked for them. More now. And that Portuguese fighter's stayed up on his feet. Well done. Oh, taking some
Right one
hits
down.
from.
It's good. It's good.
Oh, there we go. That was a good takedown.
Oh.
That's Rui.
Every fighter says, bigger advantage.
Oh, big shots.
And the
Stop
fight
the
is
fight!
shut
Stop
down.
the fight! Stop the fight! The victory goes to England.
It's one.
And the English fighter apologizing for strikes after it should have been stopped. He didn't realize. So the Polish or Portuguese fighter getting back up onto their feet. Try and do some swaps and see what else they can pull out. But as I say, they've done, some of them have done massive work for this. In particular, one of their fighters who I don't think is on the field at the moment, Eduardo, who has lost, I think he lost 50 centimeters off his waist in getting fit for this. He has put on a massive amount of muscle. He trains twice a day. He's completely changed his lifestyle in preparation for this. And that's the kind of dedication that is needed for this, but unfortunately Portugal just don't seem to have the tactics really more than anything else.
Yeah, I think to me right now when I look at them, there's it's tactics that's really playing tricks on them. It's not that they're bad fighters.
We are waiting for
They're relentless. They're capable. It's just that some of the tactics and some of the mentality they develop in fighting is maybe a bit too gentle, and the tactics in themselves are sadly insufficient for what to defeat teams like England.
Like I say, small teams like this that might have had trouble training for group fights. So they're out there doing their best, probably learning as they go.
Portugal versus England. Round 2. Fight.
Second round, let's see if they can pull a round off.
We want them to get stuck in and do some damage. And, oh, heavy hits with that.
Heavy hit with that
Butter
big
knife.
butter knife. Oh, one shot
down.
on the head. Down.
3 Portuguese fighters down, 2 still up on their feet. Giving very good. They're
He's
taking a
going.
lot of damage.
Stop the fight.
That last fighter really went away,
And the victory goes
defending himself
to
until the last
And
second.
he's the same fighter who was up on his feet last in the last round. He's very tough.
Like I said, they're not bad fighters.
They're not bad fighters. It's just they don't have that team tactic yet.
I gotta say, this year, one improvement that I really appreciate from the fighters, saluting the crowd has become something of a normal moves more and more, showing a lot of deference to the people that come here, sit in the rain to applaud them on wet benches.
New
I
Zealand
mean, this is to me
versus
a really nice mark of
Poland.
respect to our crowd.
Well, I mean, it makes it such a difference to be able to do it in front of a crowd. The crowd is a bit thin now because of the bad weather, but having a crowd makes this so much better. We could be doing this in a gym hall somewhere with no public watching, and it just wouldn't be the same.
It'd be a lot cheaper, but it wouldn't be as fun.
No.
Plus, you know, people, if you're listening and you're not a practitioner of the sport, fans makes the sport. Fan makes the sport great. Without you, we won't be able to go around for sponsors. We won't be able to build those and to visit those huge, beautiful places.
And
Make you
this
share
is the
the love of our sport
last
in those incredible places.
battle here
Last year
in
was
Group
Malbork,
C.
before that was Belmonte, and this year in Montemoro Battle, Portugal.
I'd have to agree with you. The fans make the sport. So if you're out there and you're watching, let us know. Spread the word. Get other people watching it. If you happen to head up a huge multinational and you'd like to give us a few
all the fighters willing to fight in
euro,
all
let
versus
us
all
know.
kill the king. Shoot. Get ready.
New Zealand against Poland now.
I think that's the last fight of the group.
I think it should be. And I think again we have the camaraderie on display. I imagine we're going to see another small haka.
So, will New Zealand be able to pull an upset against Poland? Because they're good, but I don't see them beating Poland.
I don't think they have it in them, but there's always a chance.
They always can pull an upset. This is not the team that was in back home in Malbork last year. It's a diminished team because flying, especially when you realize that Poland comes from a country where basically their money is a lot less strong than the euro.
Now that I don't like. That is not respectful towards the New Zealanders. There's the haka, the various forms of it under various different names, something that's very important in New Zealand culture, and imitating it like that, I don't think that's very sporting. Maybe
I
they'll
don't
get the
think
New
they
Zealanders
realize.
riled
I
up.
don't think they realize that it's not sporting.
Possibly, yeah, they're not aware of
Poland versus New Zealand.
the connotations
Round one,
involved.
fight!
But let's see what happens now.
All right, 3-2. The rain has started again.
New Zealanders moving back. Big
On
Trelawney
one side.
gets in from behind them. And
Oh, nice move there, buddy. Got grabbed by the head, and he's on the
Justin
floor.
Harris is trying to stay up there in the corner,
Oh,
he
down on
keeps-
his back.
putting his hand over the rail, he's trying not to grip the rail, which is not allowed. But the hand keeps slipping down. He's just trying to stay up on his feet. And the fight is over.
5-1.
Stop the fight! And the victory goes to Poland!
As the New Zealanders making their way back up onto their feet. But those Polish fighters don't hold back. They're really tough.
Oh yeah. Polish fighter, for having the chance to fight them in the past, they hit hard, they move fast, and they're quite experienced. I mean, they're one of the oldest team
Oh yeah, definitely.
out there. They're very, very experienced.
Another team you wouldn't be surprised to see in the finals.
No, that's, I'm expecting a lot. This year we have a great selection of teams, and I don't know who's going to be in the finals at all, or even semifinals for that.
Yeah,
for that stage.
I couldn't, out of the top four teams, I couldn't call.
Poland versus New
At least the top four,
Zealand.
probably top six. And here we go again for round two.
Round
New
two,
Zealand doing a
fight!
3-2.
3-2, 2-2-1 for the Polish, but a bit different than last time. Not having an isolated guy in the corner.
Charge from Justin there, it didn't work out, but he just kept going. Just a good decision.
Oh,
If,
couples falling to the floor.
And it's 2-on-2.
Justin going for a jump.
And
Bring
it's
his man down.
one-on-one.
It's 1-on-1.
And 1 versus 1. Ladies and gentlemen,
That's going to be
here we go.
interesting. Polish. Ooh, nice
shield
shield punch. Shield punch again. This guy got a nice left hand.
And
Nice
that
left
New Zealander blocking.
New Zealander seems very tired already. He's still up. He's still up. Oh, almost slipping in the
hit.
mud. Shield punch to the face again.
And a return shield punch from the New Zealander.
And a few shots to the head by the New Zealander. Using defense. Good idea. Bring him with you. No, sad. If we'd have brought him with him, it would have been a draw and we'd have another round.
Poland!
What? No, he fell alone.
He just about managed to stay up.
But that was
Holds
the
up.
risk fighting New Zealand. They can pull an upset. They're that strong.
Yeah.
That was a
2
close
rounds
round.
for Poland, and they have the victory in this
No,
match.
an impressive display from them. Like you say, there are very few easy teams.
We all have our like 4, 3, 4, 5 top team, but there's a lot of new contenders out there that are doing better and better that can win upset matches
Yeah.
on any given